Jake had been driving for Uber for a few years now, and he thought he'd seen it all. From tipsy partygoers to chatty tourists, nothing fazed him anymore. That was until one cold, rainy night in November. The request came through as he was finishing a quiet shift. The destination was a bit out of town, but he figured it would be a good way to wrap up the night. The pickup location was in an eerie, dimly lit street he'd rarely visited before. Jake pulled up to the curb and saw a figure standing in the shadows, drenched from the rain. The person climbed into the back seat without a word. Through the rearview mirror, Jake caught a glimpse of pale, cold eyes that made his skin crawl. "Where to?" The passenger handed him a piece of paper with an address scribbled on it. Jake noted the unusual silence and lack of engagement, but didn't pry. He started driving towards the given location, which led them deeper into the outskirts of the city. As they drove, the atmosphere inside the car grew heavier. The passenger remained silent, staring blankly out the window. Jake's unease grew when he noticed they were heading into an abandoned part of town, known for its haunted history. "Passenger, turn left here." The address was supposed to be straight ahead, but Jake hesitantly complied, turning onto an old, narrow road surrounded by dense, overhanging trees. The rain intensified, making visibility poor. Jake's GPS signal flickered, and he realized they were off the grid. Panic began to set in, but he kept driving, hoping to find a way back to the main road. Jake halted the car in front of an old, rundown mansion that seemed to emerge from the darkness. The passenger opened the door, stepping out into the rain. "Stop here. Thank you for the ride." Before Jake could respond, the passenger was gone, vanishing into the shadows of the mansion. Heart pounding, Jake quickly turned the car around, eager to leave the unsettling place behind. As he pulled away, thinking how lucky he was, he suddenly felt a tap on his shoulder. Jake quickly pulls the car over and jumped out and yelled, "Get out before I call the police." Then Jake walked around to the passenger side door and opened it to find there was no one there. Later, as he recounted the story to a friend, they looked at him with wide eyes. "That address, it's the old Willow Mansion. It's been abandoned for years, and the last person to be seen there was never found again." Jake's blood ran cold. He realized he might have just narrowly escaped a fate far worse than he imagined. He promised himself he would never drive in that neighborhood again. As Jake pulled into his driveway, he put the car in park and took out the key when he felt a tap on his shoulder.